And today we are going to discuss a question from Codechef, and the name of the question is construct the array. In this question, we are given two integers n and n, and we have to construct an array of size n in which each element of this array can be in the range from 1 to n. And the condition of such kind of an array is no three elements of this array could be same. And we have to calculate the total possible combinations of this array we can make. Now, this question can be solved by using recursion. And in recursion, at each call, we will try to place every element from 1 to n, and we will check whether the constructed array is valid or invalid, and we will count all those valid arrays. But the time complexity for recursive solution could reach up to m raised to the power n. And in the given constraint of the question, m can reach up to 10 raised to the power 18, and n also can reach up to 10 raised to the power 18. So to solve this question in this time complexity is very difficult. We have to think for a optimized solution. Now for optimization, we can use dynamic programming. Before moving to the dynamic solution, we will first I will first introduce two terms, f of n comma s and f of n comma d. Here n represents the size of the array and s represents that if we have constructed an array of size n, then last two elements of this array are same. Similarly, here d represents that the last two elements of this array are different, and the value of f of n comma d represents that the total possible combinations of such kind of an array of size n in which last two elements are different, and here the last two elements are same. Now, for degree solution, let's say we have to construct an array of size n, and we have assumed that we have already constructed an array of size n minus 1. It means that we have already calculated the total possible combinations of such kind of an array of size n minus 1. This implies that we have calculated f of n minus 1 comma s and f of n minus 1 comma d. So we are already calculated these two terms, and now we have to calculate the total possible combinations for size of the array n. To make this solution to size n, we have to add one element. Now we have two choices, whether we will place a same element which is placed at the previous position, or we will place a different element. Now, for this case, if we place a same element, then the case would be like for the array of size n minus 1, we have placed two same elements, and now here again places an element which is same as its previous element. So again we are placing a at nth position. So this case going to be invalid because here we are placing three consecutive same elements. So we are not considering this case. Now, in this case, if we have already calculated that if the last two elements are same for an array of size n minus 1, and now we are placing a different element at nth position. So this case would be like we have placed AA at the last positions of n minus 1th array, and we are placing a different element, like we place B here. Now, to make an array of size n in which last two elements are different, then the total number of cases would be like f of n minus 1 comma s into the total number of ways in which we can place an element at nth position are m minus 1, because we have to place a different element which is already placed at the n minus 1th position. Now, for this case, again we will have two choices, whether we place a same element or we will place a different element. If we are placing a same element, it means that we have constructed an array of size n minus 1 and the last two elements of this array are different. Let's say here we place A and here we place B. Now at nth position we are placing the same element which is already placed at n minus 1th position. So here we again place B here. So the total number of ways of such kind of array are f of n minus 1 comma d into 1 because we are placing same element here. Now in this case we are placing a different element, like here we place A comma B and now at nth position we are not placing B. Let's say we place C here. So the total number of ways in which we can fill this position are again n minus 1 because we have to place any element except B. So the total number of ways in which we can construct an array of this kind are f of n minus 1 comma d into m minus 1. We can write this solution as f of n comma s, in which we have constructed an array of size n and the last two elements are same. Since this solution is coming out from this case when the last two elements are same and this case, because these two are the same cases, the rest of the things are different. So we have to add these both to the solutions. So 0 into f of n minus 1 comma s plus this case is f of n minus 1 comma d into 1. Now the second solution is f of n comma d when the size of the array is n and the last two elements are different. So it can be written as these two solutions in which last two elements are different. So it can be written as f of n minus 1 comma s plus f of n minus 1 comma d into n minus 1. Now this is the linear recurrence relation for the for the DP solution. But in this solution, to find f of n comma s, we have to calculate f of n minus 1, and for that we have to calculate f of n minus 2, and so on till 1. So for this recurrence relation, we have to calculate from 0 to n all the terms, and n can reach up to 10 raised to the power 18, which will again exceed the time limit. So we have to find a better way to solve these equations. So for that we can use fast matrix exponentiation algorithm. Let us discuss that algorithm. In this algorithm, we will represent these two equations in matrix form. There is a matrix, let's say X. In this algorithm, we will first define what we want to achieve. We want to calculate these two terms, f of n comma s and f of n comma d. So we will write it in RHS, f of n comma s and f of n comma d. And from the recurrence relation, we can see that we are deriving these two terms from these two general terms. So we can say that we are going to calculate these two terms from f of n minus 1 comma s and f of n minus 1 comma d. Since the size of this matrix is 2 cross 1 and this matrix is also of 2 cross 1, so this matrix should be of m cross 2, and in this algorithm it is a square matrix, so m is also equal to 2, and let's say the elements of this matrix are A, B, C and D. Now after comparing these two equations and this matrix equation, we can find that E is equal to 0 because the coefficient of f of n minus 1 comma s is 0, and in multiplication A will come with f of n minus 1 comma s, and B comes out to be 1, C comes out to be m minus 1, and D comes out to be also m minus 1 because the coefficient of both these terms are n minus 1, and the coefficient of f of n minus 1 comma d in this term is 1. So we can change these elements with their actual values: 0, 1, n minus 1, n minus 1. Now we have written these equations in matrix form. Now let us assume that this matrix is X, this matrix is capital F of n minus 1, and this matrix is capital F of n. Now we can say that this matrix represents this equation: X into F of n minus 1 is equals to F of n. Now if we put n equal to 2, then X into F of 1 is equals to F of 2, and if you put n equal to 3, this equation becomes X into F of 2 equal to F of 3. From this equation we can say that X square into F of 1 is equals to F of 3. In general, this equation can be represented as X into power n minus 1 F of 1 is equals to F of n. Now this is our actual solution. Here all the terms represent matrix, and we have to calculate x raised to the power n minus 1, which we can calculate in 2 raised to the power 3 log n time by using fast matrix exponentiation theorem. So that we can directly say that we can calculate f of n in big O of 2 raised to the power 3 log n time. And it is clearly less than equal to 10 raised to the power 18, and it is also less than equal to 10 raised to the power 8. So this solution can be accepted in the given time limit constraints.